is just ask my players to make some noises, I guess.
Beep 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 beep.
Okay, that'll do, but it didn't actually go like. Hey, there we go. Right.
Beep 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 beep.
Hey, there we go. Okay. Yeah,
it works.
Okay. Yeah, we've got players. Now I actually have to share this out for like the 4th time. This is attempt number 4, but it is working now. Everything is fine. Nothing stressful in life ever. Okay. Right, there we go. Sounds good. We are here. Right, ladies and gentlemen, apologies for any technical difficulties. We have started. So, we kick off this session, -1 Tillian night, with our group of adventurers, probably hearing tale from the others about the mysterious monster in the lake. How it took one swipe at this heroic Tillian and tore his chest clean open. Fortunately, he's buried now under some rocks that should hopefully shield him from, well, at least the wildlife for now. Players, it's breakfast time. The beer is particularly bitter today, going off of your previous rolls. Over to you.
So what'd you guys do over the week?
I was training the river guard, the river wardens, but it's not going so well.
What happened?
Oh, they're just incompetent.
How so?
They seem to have forgotten how to swing a sword while I was away in the caves, so I'm going to beat it into them next time I see them.
Imagine that would be a sight to see.
What about you, Yoticus?
Well, I'm afraid that shortly I'll be tied up on the road quite a bit. Have some items to deliver to various people up and down between here all the way to Altdorf. Gotta have some business in Blute Rock as well. Have to deliver on some promised contracts. Nothing terribly strenuous, hopefully, but a lot of running around.
Well, seems like you'll be busy.
That's the hope.
I've been training my apprentice.
Oh, and how has that been going?
Well, he knows the difference between heart kill and healing potions.
Well, that's a step in the right direction. I'm a little bit upset that that's sort of where we had to begin our baseline. Speaking of which, have you made any headway into figuring out who might have changed or altered the jars?
No, I would like to investigate that further.
Well, I won't be around too much longer, but perhaps today might not be a bad day to try to figure out exactly who was trying to poison people in our town. I don't take kindly to that.
No.
Yoticus. Sorry to interrupt, but over to your right. A stranger walks in your tavern. Something unusual for this town, and even more unusual for this tavern. Henrik, would you mind describing yourself, visually at least?
A little thin, a little lanky, and I'm somewhat kind of goofy and a little bit unsure looking. As I walk in the door, I'm kind of visibly looking at how kind of dirty the place is and sort of taking a breath to kind of sort of gather courage, as it were, in order to walk in and into such an establishment. My clothes look not that of a nobleman, but certainly of something more than you would usually see in the rat hole.
To your left, two ladies eye you up and down and snigger slightly before gossiping. You've been here long enough, Henrik, to recognise the general store owner, who may have given you a slightly frosty reception. In front of you are the table of said adventurers you have heard about.
I make a beeline straight for them. Gentlemen, greetings. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Henrik Jaeger of Jaeger and Sons of Altdorf. But perhaps you've heard of us?
Never heard of you.
I believe I may have.
What's an alt?
Well, yes. Well, you see, I've come to Tom nominally to expand my father's business, and I would like to, introduce myself to the locals. And as I was talking, I've heard tale of some great adventurers who have killed trolls and giants and such, and I wanted to meet such great men for myself. Excuse me, young man, is one of these your daddy?
Excuse me. Stand up, put my hands on my head,
with that one.
Face him fully. Excuse me, I am my own dad, thank you.
I'd be careful with that one, Mr. Jaeger. He bites.
Oh, I'm awfully sorry. Are you a dwarf? I've never met a dwarf before. How exciting!
A little bit smaller. I'm a halfling.
A halfling. I have to say I've never heard of the. Well, it is an absolute honor to meet you, sir. May I know your name?
Known by Wilfred.
You're Wilfred?
The Destroyer World himself.
The Wilfred?
The Slayer.
I heard you killed a troll single-handedly.
I'd believe it.
Well, I grab his hand and start shaking profusely. It is an absolute
wiggle.
honor to meet you, sir. Well, I wonder if I might join you. You see, Daddy said, my father has sent me out into the world to expand his business, but I have to admit, I do like the idea of a little bit of adventure.
What was that I just heard in the background?
Mister, how about you take a seat and slow your roll just a bit and have a nice conversation with us?
Indeed, sir. Have a seat. This establishment is, what I would say, an acquired taste.
Bumbling
Thank
on
you,
in
then.
behind Henrik is a small halfling. Another one, Henrik. Yodicus, you may have just heard him perhaps serving someone outside. A familiar pitch of voice. It is the owner of the sweet shop, the bakery. Within town. He carries around his neck a tray of sweets, offering a couple to the ladies to his left.
I will flag down Mr. Winkleberry and grab one for myself.
Yeah.
Paying him
Say.
for his trouble, of course.
Thank you there, sir. I thought I'd bring him over fresh. This is the last box I had left. Made one over quota, if you don't mind me saying. I think they're possibly the best sweets I have ever made.
What do I think?
Do you have
I do
you
have basis
like
for
it.
comparison.
You like it, but you can roll me a test to try and sort of ascertain the notes within this. Should we just go with intelligence?
Yeah.
Unless you have cooking.
I don't know. No, I do
Hold
not
on.
have trade cooking. Average or challenging?
Average.
Nope. I don't know what it is, but it's delicious.
Very, very sweet.
When I smell the smell of the food.
Of the sweets, possibly a hint. I mean, if you had one in your hand, you could smell it far more easily.
I want to go over and inspect
Well-
his sweets.
He comes to you. Your entire table is offered.
Oh, hi there. Hello. Sweets. I thought I'd offer them here on account of this being the tavern that houses the saviours of Tom, so just enough to go around with you, I would hope.
Sure, I'll take one.
Many thanks.
I would like to inspect it after I take it.
Sure. He offers to anyone. Henrik, Lazarus, are you partaking in the luxurious sweeties?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, goody gumdrops, goody gumdrops. Well, help yourself. I've just sent off the shipment. Now, pardon me for saying, but they're rumoured to be so good. Well, the last batch that was. That Mr. Lord... Well, what was his name again? Lord Dinkelberg over in Bogenhafen. He's ordered an entire cart. So, I think I'll be rich.
Wow. Congratulations.
I'm happy to hear that Lord Dinkelberg received the missives that we sent his way. I'm grateful for your skill in preparing these items for him.
He's headed over to Soren, dishes some out as well. Wilfred, were you rolling a cook?
Oh, I would.
There you go. It's hard to know what's in this, Wilfred. It's a strange concoction of ingredients that is unfamiliar to you, which is unusual for a halfling.
I do have a cute sense taste I could use as well.
Acute sense taste. I will say with acute sense taste, there's something in this that you don't recognise. An ingredient that is alien to you.
Boys, maybe a little bit later we could go visit his shop. See what else he's been cooking up.
Did he combine his cooking skills with that new thing that Natasha stumbled on?
Oh, I've heard
Can't
about
quite-
that. Heard about that indeed. Oh, blimey. There you go. No, haven't actually got round to trying that yet. No, this was actually thanks to my assistant.
Oh, excellent.
He
Tell me about your assistant. I didn't know you'd picked up one.
just a little kitchen helper. Well, it's not really thanks to him, but I was cooking and I'd run out of licorice. So I thought, maybe he'll have some. So I went on a little hunt and I picked up a whole jar of licorice from him. And I decided to mix that in. Now, that being said, he was a little bit peeved at that. It's gone down in a runner, but... Yep. Got me... possibly the best batch I've ever had.
I wonder, it was incredibly delicious, good stuff. May I have another?
Oh, I'm afraid I don't have any more.
One might cost you.
I've got some of the licorice left, though. I think I've got about 3 pieces.
Is that
I
what
look
gave you
over
that
at
delicious
Lazarus.
taste?
I look over at Lazarus and look at him real hard. And then I look back at the cook. Would you be willing to let us take a look at this licorice? It's fabulous. I'd love to figure out where we could get more of it.
Oh, certainly.
He has a little pouch by his side. One of the pieces he puts to the side as it has his teeth marks all over it. He seems to have been chewing on this. And the other 2 he hands over.
I'll keep that one if you don't mind. I kind of like it.
Certainly. I look over at Lazarus. So do tell me, do you know this licorice?
I don't think I've ever seen it before in my life.
Lazarus,
Tastes good. Yes.
can you make a roll for me, please? Law plants.
So it's
Easy. Sticking with?
apparently I know.
It's not licorice.
Yeah, that ain't licorice.
It's a root.
Pretty sure my guy knows what it tastes like.
What is this then?
It's
That's
a
what
root.
I'd like to know.
That's all you can tell.
Mr. Wrinkleberry, you know this isn't licorice, correct?
Well, I've never seen licorice, but I assume that's what it was. It's a root, and it's a black colour, and it tastes nice when you suck on it.
Duly noted. You know, a wise man once showed me a plant that's quite sweet to taste, but it's always good to know what other effects a plant might have on a person.
Everything's fine.
I'm gonna take an endurance check, right?
No, you're fine.
Uh-huh.
Where did you acquire this again?
I got it from my assistant.
I think we need to speak with your assistant. I'd love to know where he got this.
Sure, I mean, you can find him. He stormed off when I told him I'd used it. We can go see if he's there.
Let's see if we can figure out where he's hanging his hat, so to speak.
Sure.
You coming with, Mr. Jaeger?
Are you saying that I hate the whole thing?
Come on, Mr. Jaeger, it's your first adventure. Let's go.
Oh, an adventure! How splendid! Let's go.
As you leave, or as the group of you go to leave, Veronica, to your right, starts heaving a little bit and holding her stomach, quickly makes a break for the door before hurling.
Does my +4 endurance test help?
You feel alright?
Uh-huh.
Do
The
I?
rest of us
I'm looking at Lazarus directly at this point, like not even trying to hide it, and be like, so, assistant with unusual plants. Sounds interesting, doesn't it?
Seems like they get her Lazarus.
As the group of you are walking across the bridge of town, I'll ask Wilfred, Lazarus, and Henrik to all roll me an endurance roll, please.
Challenging, average.
Challenging.
Well, the good news is Lazarus Black's stomach is made of steel.
I've ingested all the plants.
I know.
Okay. Let's wiggle over. So, Henrik and Wilfred, as you are crossing the bridge, your stomach starts to churn, and you have this burning need to vomit.
Yeah, I suddenly don't feel so well, gentlemen.
I feel a bit woozy myself.
But perhaps I shouldn't have eaten the whole thing. Oh.
Hang in there, Mr. Jaeger.
I'm looking at Lazarus now, like watching their behavior, and I'm
Scared?
Do you have a book that perhaps we can cross-reference this with? And I'm also going to have to send a messenger. Maybe I'll get word to Reinhardt. We need to stop that shipment from making its way, given that apparently it's been tampered with.
Agreed. I don't know what this is, but it's obviously making people sick, so it needs to stop.
Hydra, do I pass any of the road wardens?
You have a couple of guards
Group, yeah.
stationed on the bridge who are watching two of your group throw up. Right there, sir.
I flag one of them down.
All right.
Good, so I scribble a little note to Reinhardt on the note. I said, please pass this to Reinhardt. Have him intercept the most recent shipment heading out of town. from the bakery. Apparently there was some bad elements that got into the food and wouldn't want the nobility of a neighboring town to receive any of that. If you would be so kind.
All right, sir. I'll get on and do it.
Heads off. Walks over the bridge.
Yo,
Really?
sir, road one anywhere?
I'm really
Good luck
hoping
with that.
Reinhardt is back,
Yeah.
on duty, because he's gonna have to ride this down.
Right. You step inside
Diplomatic incident.
into the building, I guess. Or do you? What's your plan?
Yeah, I'm going in.
Let's go in.
Okay.
Yeah, I've definitely moved my coat aside. I've got my guns ready to go.
Okay. Murdoch takes you to.
Well, look, come follow me right through here, and if we look, he's been staying on the second floor, and, well, we used to use it for keeping flour, but, well, we don't have enough to store anymore, so, you know, empty space and all.
I admire the entrepreneurial spirit.
Oh,
Empty.
Does your assistant have any hobbies or things he likes to do around town?
I don't know, but looks like he's left. He's taken all of his stuff with him. He didn't have much, but looks like he
What do
done
I
take
see?
it all.
Nothing. Just a little bit of
Literally
straw on
nothing.
the floor. Yeah. Nothing. No personal possessions, at least. Just a bit of hay on the floor in an empty room.
Well,
What does he look like?
Well, he's an halfling like me,
Hmm.
about my height. Little bit more gingerly face, slightly larger nose, little bit more squinty in the eyes. He's got a decorative hat. Mr. Green Apple.
Green apple.
Oi.
What does the hat look like?
Oh, I don't know, it's one of those big fancy ones. One of those, like, fancy Altdorf types. We don't really, don't sell them round here. Big poofy one. Big feathers sticking out the top.
We should inform the guards to seize any halflings that fit this description.
Of course, but he's out of the town by now. I'm thinking sending message upriver that we've got someone we wish to speak with pointedly.
Well, was he here this morning? Or before you left?
Yeah, earlier this morning, maybe about 3 hours ago. That's when he stormed out. Quite frankly, he was a little bit rude that I used the last of his licorice.
Shame that. Did you see what direction he happened to have gone in?
Oh no, we were arguing in here. I didn't see him leave. I thought he was just, gonna blow off some air or something, but he must have come back when I was gone, seeing to all the goods and all that being shipped off, and then I assume he came in here and took all his stuff and left.
About how long ago was this?
Well, he must have...
Altercation.
Well, about 3 hours or so.
Look at Wilfred. Our friend who likes to mess with plants has got a 3-hour start on us. Any thoughts on tracking him?
Well, to get a general direction, maybe we can ask the guards if they saw.
Let's ask the guards if they saw any halflings run out, and if they did, we run him down. Via horse.
Your favorite way of dealing with problems. I do enjoy
This
it.
is a problem that has affected our town for far too long.
I don't disagree with you, Master Wilf.
Besides, we can bring him back, and then we could let the town people decide how to deal with him.
Oh, I would love to see that. Nothing like a little bit of democracy.
Let's find the guards.
Henrik
To the
and Wilfred, I will point out at this point, having vomited, You do not feel right still. This hasn't cleared it out of your symptom. You have a light fever. You feel a slight oily quality to your skin. And a very unpleasant lethargy about your person.
Perhaps we should see a physician. Maybe we can.
Physician Lazarus.
Apothecary, but there's some tonics I could try. I don't know what this is, so
Maybe we should take it and see if Nastasia can cross-reference it with anything before we head on the road. But we'll have to wait for the guard to at least let us know which direction he left in.
And we're probably going to pass guards on the way back to my shop.
Yep. One of the guards heads up.
Aye, sir. I'll go have a look about for you. I'll report back to where the apothecary is. Is that where you'll be?
Yes. We have a couple of items to discuss over there.
All right. I'll make do. Bye.
Hurries off into the distance, where there is another guard.
Hey, has anybody seen any road wardens?
Sorry. They tend to be on the roads. He's looking, though. Natasha welcomes everyone in.
Right there, boys. How y'all doing?
Hello, darling. We found this plant that Mr. Wrinkleberry was using to make some sweets, and turns out it's making people sick. And I was wondering if you knew what it was.
We suspect this may be connected to some of our prior issues. Madam, if you would be so kind.
I don't exactly know. Looks familiar. You can have a look through the books if you like. Might be something in my parents' journal.
Thank you, madam.
Looks familiar, though. Black root.
She starts just cleaning and carrying on with her business while mumbling to herself, like,
Sure, I fucking know what that is.
Alright, then I'd like to look through her parents' journals.
okay, it is a question of time until you find a page that describes a black root. I don't feel like we need to... This is more just a case of how quickly you can get to it, so I'll let you either roll average dex or average int. No, easy, sorry. Easy.
Let's go with Dex.
And this will be this will determine how long it takes. Okay. I'll say about 10 minutes pass. It's quite a thick journal. And during that time, can everyone make an endurance roll, please? Challenging.
While he's doing that, I'm doing a leadership test to organize personnel to go on a manhunt for this halfling.
Okay.
I'm assuming I get the -10 because
You
I'm
do
not
get a
very well.
-10 if you failed.
Well, perfect.
Just don't vomit on the floor, please.
Yep.
Where else do you expect me to vomit?
You have a bucket?
Wilfred?
Yeah.
Your roll, please. You naughty little boy. But you pass. Henrik clutches his stomach. Not looking too hot. Henrik,
This isn't.
a cramping pain grips you quite intensely.
This isn't what adventuring was supposed to be like.
Oh, this is exactly adventuring.
Lazarus, you're looking, and black root. Black lotus, there it is.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Is there any antidotes that can be made for this?
Yes. Yes, there is. It requires some Black Lotus.
Which we have, don't we?
Mm.
Oh no, we have the root.
Yes. You have the root of the lotus. It says what you will need is... Well, the root is sufficient for a antidote. However, you've got enough with your 2 sticks to help 2 people, maybe 3 or 4. You need more.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we are waiting for the guards, are we not?
You are indeed.
And
While he was doing that, I don't know what the leadership chest indicates with that success level.
You have
But
rustled
I'm-
up 5 guard. One of them has come to you saying that the halfling was seen running in the direction of Blute Rock a couple of hours ago. He had, about his person, he had a small pouch, but otherwise wasn't carrying anything, and having wished them a good day, ran, which struck them as quite unusual and also fairly comedic to watch.
So we'll probably take only 2 or 3 of those guards, but it's time to do a manhunt and look over at Mr. Black. Lazarus, how good are your old tracking skills? I know you're a member of the lodge. I think we may need some of that, and we're going to need to hunt this man down.
I'm fairly competent.
Good. Gentlemen, I know Wilfred's probably not feeling well, but pretty sure he's going to want to have a word with this gentleman.
That won't stop me from going.
Good to know.
As you're arguing, or debating and formulating a plan, Murdoch crashes in behind with a rather pale look on his face.
We don't feel so good. Have you got anything for a dicky tummy?
I need to make something, and that'll take time, but we need to find your assistant.
Why do you need to find him for?
For giving you poison.
Oh, what, you gonna wring his neck or something?
No, I'm gonna see if he has more of it on him so I can make an antidote for everyone.
Oh no, that was all he had.
Okay.
Where do we find some
Oh,
more then?
That's why he was so angry. That was the last of it.
Mr.
Well-
Lazarus, please tell me, where can we find some more? Help me. Oh.
Well, Yodicus, why don't you take a advanced party and start searching? I could create some antidotes, and then I'll catch up.
Much obliged. Wilfred, unfortunately, Mr. Lazarus, you are the best tracker among us, unless Wilfred's picked up some skills I'm not aware of.
The tattoo
I'm no
walks
tracker.
over.
What the fuck's going on?
Well, it appears that our friend who likes to swap, we figured out who our friend who likes to swap labels is. And he's apparently, let some of his, other fun ingredients get loose and, into a shipment of candy, which all of us have consumed. And I go and point to the page indicating the plant.
I can't believe you didn't know what Black fucking Lotus is.
Well, you have to forgive me, ma'am, I'm not much of a botanist.
She's looking at Lazarus.
Yeah, I just couldn't recall. Sorry.
She gives you like a whack on the side of the head. A pretty firm one.
Ah, right then, that's just fucking wonderful. I'll have a dead husband by the end of the day. I suppose
Well,
I suppose it was mixed with sugar, wasn't it?
Yes.
In a really angry way, points down to the bottom of the page, which you have turned to regarding Black Lotus, saying that its effects, its lethality is almost ensured when combined with a sufficient quantity of sugar.
well, delightful. We're all on borrowed time.
We make this quick.
You know it doesn't grow here, right?
Where does it grow?
Fucked if I know. I've never seen any.
Lustria? That would be unfortunate.
Murdoch, nervously puts his hand up.
I believe the rest of it I used in the sweets.
We gotta stop that shit, man.
Would that be of any good?
He looks
I ponder this.
really rough.
Natasha, can you and Thaddeus perhaps make the antidote with what we have while we go in search of this culprit?
She face palms.
You'll be dead before you come back.
Okay, well then I will make it right now.
No, make it on the go. Shoo! Go fucking save yourself.
Just shoves a load of ingredients and gives them to you in a mortar and pestle.
Read it as you
Very
go.
well.
Walk and roll and... Hurry the fuck up. Go! Go!
She just starts beating you.
Spousal abuse.
I mean, death is imminent, and you're chatting about plans, so she's going to be the sensible one. Yep, sorry.
Do not blame her.
You are actually down 2 wounds now. In total,
Okay.
but you'll live. You'll live. But they are 2 very decent slaps by the side of your head.
Should I roll trade apothecary
As
as we travel?
Yeah, as you move.
Difficulty?
Challenging, because you're on the move. Okay. I'll say this will be a bit like an extended test, because you've got some work to do, but you'll need a +6 in total. The failures won't sort of detract too much unless you get a -4, 5, or 6. But otherwise, you've got a few of the ingredients prepared. So, gentlemen, as you are readying to leave town, Murdoch collapses as you walk out the door. Just sort of keels over.
Can't let
No.
him die.
The only good businessman in town. You can't lose him.
Oh, shit, that reminds me. Rocking up right now is Soren and 2 ladies, all holding their stomachs.
Oh, jeez.
Well, the only thing we could do is save. You said I can make up to 4 if I do this well.
No, you can make more. You can make a lot more.
Okay.
It's just if you'll need to pass a few tests to get enough ready. I believe you have. Ayo. Soren's got like a bit of vomit just dribbling down from his beard.
Follow us. We're on the move. I'll make you your antidote on the way.
Anyway,
Points at Murdoch, who's laying on the floor.
anyway,
What about him?
Pick him up and carry him. He's like a child.
I hope that I arranged for like one of the very few horses in this town to help us.
I do have a horse and cart if it helps.
Oh, that actually is very helpful. As you all begin to fall out, we can just stack people up inside the cart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Henrik, you rush and get your cart. I will say that, just as a mechanical reminder, resolve can be used to remove a condition. Once you hit 3, we'll start making different tests. Okay. Murdoch is loaded into a cart with the rest of you, and I assume you head out post-haste.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna send the guards that are not coming with us, the other 2 guys, there to intercept the shipment that is heading out.
Well, that's what you're doing.
I thought that's what we were doing.
Okay, that's so. There's 2 questions, right? We've got the suspect and we've got the rest of the poisoned food. So
Stop
we're
the
gonna go after
suspect,
the food.
we're dying.
All right, we'll go after the suspect.
Has not been made
I'm not dying
clear.
yet. I guess that's why.
You need to get to those sweets in order to combine them with what Lazarus is cooking up, because otherwise you'll die.
Oh, I'm so angry about this right now.
If you head north, which you could, you're heading in the opposite direction to the shipment.
Yeah.
Meaning you're then playing with fire.
Oh, I'll get him later. Oh, I'll get him later.
Yeah, everybody's survival is more important right now.
Yep.
Stop the shipment.
Oh, very mad. Very mad.
Okay, we're going to switch over to
His name was Green Apple.
Mr. Green Apple.
He's got a black
Assumed name.
bump.
I'm just transferring some tokens over. My poor, poor little adventurers. Oh, good on you, Foundry. You're frozen already, you C word. At least you guys can move your own tokens. Right. Let me just activate that one.
Oh, hey.
Can I select on this
You bet.
screen? No, seeing as Hydra, I can't select a... Oh no, Hydra's just being a feckin' idiot. Right. We go view this scene. We activate this scene. I was on like the lighting panel when I was trying to move tokens.
Look at those chickens.
Right. There's not room for all of you on the cart, unsurprisingly. But we're going to have to...
I have drive.
I have drive if you need it.
Now, Henrik, I'm going to ask you to roll a drive for me, please. And I am aware, stream, that the screen has gone absolutely batshit crazy. Do not worry. This is just another another day for Hydra. I'm sorry if anyone has epilepsy.
I may have crashed.
And he means the cart.
Yeah, we'll
Yes,
come to
I
that in a
mean-
moment, because yes, you may have.
Hold on. Let's
Okay.
try a reroll.
It really doesn't
It's
like
worse.
this video.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do a quick restart. Oh my god, -7. We are gonna BRB while I figure out my life. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are now on a cart. A glorious cart, led by Henrik, the chief driver and sole driver, unfortunately. Henrik, you feel this burn inside your body that is difficult to ignore, and losing concentration for a moment, one of the horses veers the cart and stumbles it off of the road. Can you roll me a 1d10, please? Okay. You hear one of the wheels judder as it collides with one of the harsh, jagged rocks on the side of the road. It holds together in one piece, but you've been on enough carts to know if you do that a couple more times, it's going to come straight off. Now, I would also point out that you're on a cart, chasing a cart.
Hmm.
You see the dilemma.
Yeah.
There is a slight problem. Although, Henrik, I will say that you can be fairly hasty. Let's see if the others can stomach a jog. Oh, Soren. Soren and Murdoch Rickleberry are on a horse. And Veronica... I'll say there's room for 3 people in the cart, alongside the driver. Amelin is going to try an athletics. This is just for her to continue jogging.
Nice.
Like a champ.
She certainly can.
Challenging athletics?
Yes, please. And this is to keep up a decent pace. Oh dear, Veronica.
Is it? There's another horse there. I'm assuming that's actually there.
There's 2 of them pulling
It
the
is.
cart. Yes.
But
Well,
the third horse, is that there?
yes. Soren's currently riding it. Well, Soren and a maybe dead halfling. We have an endurance from here as well, and we have 1 endurance from Veronica left to roll.
Did I roll another apothecary?
Yes, you can. Okay. Not doing so good. Veronica insists that she needs to get on the cart because she is looking pretty rough and worse for wear. Just barely manages to climb on board. White as a sheet, feverish. Not looking too good. Lazarus, you have made probably enough with those 2 rolls. Your +8 SL, you've probably made enough for the entire party. On that note, everyone in the party, as you are mushing forward at fair speed, this would be faster than a cargo-wielding caravan, but you have quite some catching up to do. Maybe a couple of hours, maybe more. I'm going to ask for another endurance roll, factoring in your disadvantages. And
Can't they
good
take
luck.
the antidote?
Sure, but it won't do anything.
Wonderful.
Unless you've combined it with Black Lotus, then it's just half a bunch of herbs, so it would not have the desired effect, Lazarus.
Oh, I thought the root that I had would work.
Yes. So you have enough for 2 or 3. So if you want to make a small batch for them, then yes, you have that prepared.
Yeah,
So-
I'll make a small batch.
Okay, you can pick 3 people.
Who's looking the worst right now?
Henrik, Veronica, and Murdoch.
I give it to them.
Okay. Murdoch's pretty much out cold, but you give to him. He raises his head for a second. Soren shoves some of this sort of cocktail inside and then licks his fingers afterwards, hoping it will take some effect. Murdoch seems to just pass out. Same with Veronica. And is that Jaeger? Oh, Jaeger actually. Oh, Henrik passed. Wow.
On a reroll.
He still looks really rough, though, so... so you're giving it to him as well, yeah?
Yeah, the 3 worst looking ones are gonna get it.
Congratulations, your lives have been saved. Well done. And we
now
move
that I
on.
don't have
Now, has anyone not rolled an endurance test for the recent... Lazarus, have you made your roll?
I don't believe so.
Okay, we've got 1 condition going on Wilfred there. That's 1 fatigue for you, Lazarus. Right, Yardicus is okay, thankfully rolling against 42, and we need 1 roll for Soren. Don't die today, Soren. I'll be in so much trouble. Wow, he doesn't do endurance. Okay, cool. The group of you press on. You have still some catching up to do. Yodicus, I'm going to go ahead and need that athletics roll from you, please. Challenging still.
Challenging?
Same with Amelin.
Nah. My
Okay.
will to fight the poison just only goes so far, I guess.
Yeah, okay. You have been jogging for as long as you have ever ran in your life, Yodicus. The cart is starting to pass, however, you cannot keep up with the group at this pace. What's the plan?
Is there room on next to me on the bench on the front?
I will say the cart is at max capacity for the sake of
Okay.
this being
I'm
an
gonna-
interesting endeavour.
Yodicus, old boy, you know how to ride one of these things?
I do.
Jump up here. We'll swap for a little while.
Right.
And Henrik, I will say you are feeling better. You are still roughed up physically, but you're not getting worse anymore. Apologies, I shouldn't actually have removed the fatigue. You just don't take tests anymore because you don't suddenly feel magically better. But your condition is stabilised at the very least.
So
Henrik,
I've swapped. I'm no longer on the thing. Do I need to do an athletics test?
you will now as everyone starts running. Amelin is still an absolute champion. Okay, so the next leg you're going to have to swap again. You would estimate by now you're about halfway there. To catching up, that is. Drive test. Oh no.
Reroll.
It's only a
Reroll.
-3. That's going to help you. That's going to take it from 2 more tests. From 3 more to 2 more. So, we're going to crack on. Henrik is going to need to jump on board now, Yodicus. You've sat on top, you tried driving, but he's now falling behind about 5 minutes later.
I can't control my character. It says the game's paused.
Well, there you go. Have you refreshed the game since we restarted?
Yeah, I closed down and rebooted.
Well, there you go. Try refreshing once more to humour me, please. Because I don't know what else I can do. It's because it's not paused.
Oh, it's not paused anymore.
Okay, I paused and unpaused. That seems to fix it. What are you doing, Lazarus?
I was going to get out so Yodicus could drive,
Okay.
and then Heinrich could sit in.
Okay, so
we're without my drive is actually higher than Yodicus's, assuming I don't roll another 90 something.
but you do have 2 fatigues still.
Oh, I still have 2. Oh, okay. Well,
Yes. So Lazarus is going out to run. Henrik's taking a break. Can everyone roll me an endurance test, please? Again.
including me, if we're
This is
Yeah.
if you've had the cure, no, you don't roll. You're not getting any worse. You are stable, in fact. Wilfred, yeah, up to
All
2.
going downhill.
Yeah, it's going downhill.
It's going downhill rather quick. Okay.
I must have been poisoned before with this.
Yeah. That southern stomach is doing really rather well right now.
Well, last time they tried Black Lotus on me, it didn't stick either.
Okay. And
-9.
we have a slight problem, which we'll come to in a second. And no, you're only on 2, Wilfred. Apologies. Lazarus? Oh. Was that yours there, 46? Was that your second fail or first?
That's my second.
2 conditions. Now, slight problem.
No, I'm on 3 conditions now.
Oh, you're on 3 as well. Okay, great. Soren, to your left, Henrik, falls off his horse. Just simply collapses down off of the edge. Murdoch at this point is barely awake, but is sort of sat there dozily bobbing up and down on the horse. Pays a little bit of attention, but not too much. And Soren is going to take 1d10 damage just simply from the fall, which is not a d10. That is 8 points of damage. He has 9 hit points.
Oh, God.
He's not looking very good.
Made it on his head.
Wilfred?
Yodicus.
I just need to come to Wilfred for a second first, because you'll have a choice to make here. I'm going to ask you for a average athletics test to try, as you start passing out, to try and make sure you don't do a scuba Wilfred. And these things do not have seatbelts, so... Henrik, can you roll me an initiative test, please?
Initiative test.
This is as Wilfred, who is sat opposite you, starts to fall backwards.
Okay.
Veronica is also...
Okay, you said I can use resolve to remove. Can I remove the modifiers by using a resolve, or is that not a thing?
I will give you a choice of removing one condition permanently or ignoring both for 1 round. A bit like with psychology.
I'll remove one permanently, if I may.
You can remove a condition permanently. Doink,
Okay,
down
so
to 1.
Remove a resolve.
So you're
Okay.
just down to -10 now for your initiative roll.
Okay, so I'm rolling this on a 19, just so you know. Oh, for goodness sake.
Wilfred, can you roll a d10, please? Don't roll a 9. Okay.
Out of 9.
You're fairly close to catching up. The cart is heading in one direction. Wilfred is on the floor, and so is Soren. Lazarus, Henrik, Amelin, you'll see this clearly. Yodicus, I assume your eyes are on the road, but you will certainly hear the exclamation from your compatriots as 2 men overboard. Well, 1.5 men overboard.
Yodicus, what if you took the horse that Murdoch's on and get to the cart quicker, so that way at least you can stop it?
I'll do it.
Okay. If we get the unconscious ones in there, is Veronica unconscious?
She is incredibly dazed, but she's had a little bit of time to come to, so she did try to catch Wilfred. She was just about 10 seconds too slow.
There you
Okay, there we go, Yodicus.
So, Yodicus, old boy, I think perhaps you should ride ahead. We'll get everyone sorted on the cart and follow you as quickly as we can.
I'll take the horse and ride.
Okay. I will count the 2 halflings as 1 person for the sake of filthy min-maxing. Yodicus, what inspirational speech or maneuver do you do with this horse to get a +6 out of it?
I probably look at it. Actually, I probably don't say a word. I probably just lean forward and give it the one thing that the half-asleep people probably couldn't do, which is a nice firm whack to the rump. And it takes off down the road, kicking up dust, and I just lean over it like a jockey.
Hi-ho, Silver, away!
He is a monster.
Yep. Amelin is just still there, running alongside you. During the course of this, while Yodicus is flying off into the sunset, she's been very, very quiet, but she finally shares a few words.
So, you say this is a poison, eh?
Yes,
Black Lotus, right?
correct.
Ah. Well, fuck me. Who did it?
Mr. Greenapple.
Oh, little halfling assistant.
That'd be the one.
All right. Good to know. I'll wring the scrawny little fella's neck.
I'm sure we could have the town do that because we think he's done more.
All right. All right.
She just carries on running like an absolute machine. Lazarus,
That is me.
I'm gonna need an athletics from you, buddy.
Right.
Woo!
Congratulations! Congratulations!
I can't believe that worked.
I will say that will get you there in time for you not to make another test. Yodicus, you arrive seeing a road warden who has stopped a cart and is furiously arguing with them, like,
Look, I don't know why I'm supposed to stop this cart. They're not good sweets, apparently. You got to turn it around.
and the cart driver's like,
Shut up, you fool. I've got to deliver these. Leave me alone.
the argument's just in full swing at the moment.
And I yell at the top of my voice, "You there with a cart full of poison! Stop!"
Does the wide-eyed gopher look toward you?
You what?
We've been sabotaged. Apparently that halfling poisoned a whole lot of it.
Jaw protrudes slightly to the left.
Eh? Poison? Oh, no.
Ugh.
Jumps off of the cart into the dirt.
Damn fool, it can't bite you. It's in the damn candy. Here, turn that cart around. We gotta bring it back. I've got the apothecary. Apparently he knows how to make some kind of antidote. But if he dies, ain't none of us gonna get an antidote. And I really want the antidote. At this point, I take my pistol out and look at him pointedly. So please turn the cart around. We have some people to save.
Make a easy leadership
Okay.
or intimidate. I'll accept either.
Yeah, leadership, I think.
All right, all right. As long as it's not going to get me.
Jumps
You'd
on
have
the
to
cart.
eat it first, unless you've been taking things you shouldn't have been taking.
Turns around and gives you one more gopher look. Wide-eyed.
Well, then you'd better be real fast now, wouldn't you?
This is his endurance roll, which is a fail. That's his drive roll, which is also a fail.
I'm going to grab the cart reins from this guy as he begins to keel over.
Yeah, pretty much. So he tries to
Damn,
turn
cool.
the horses around.
That's
or
what you
turn the
get for
cart.
thieving.
Not an easy maneuver to do, turning a cart around. So he takes a wide arc and they just go like one of the horses is just headed straight for a tree. Things are looking a
Oh,
little
no.
bit. I'm going to need a test from you, Yodicus. I'm going to need an endurance
Oh, endurance? Okay.
to go alongside the drive. Oh no!
Well, that was a drive check. Let me challenging or average?
Challenging, please.
Oh no!
You've got your first fatigue condition.
Finally caught up to me.
Now, I will say, if Henrik can pass a drive, I won't make you roll another test.
You can do it.
This is
Do it, Heinrich.
pressure. It's a lot of pressure.
Yes,
Hey.
yes, it is.
Endurance. Hurt it.
Oh, good Christ.
Oh, good grief. Good gracious gravy. What is that?
I found
Jesus.
nothing but 90 somethings.
There you go.
Finally.
There you go.
There we go.
Okay. No more rolls needed because
Oh.
we would have been rolling critical effects from poison for Soren and Wilfred. So, yes, Lazarus has already passed his athletics. I don't know why well, I guess we do have fear on Yodicus as well, but it was supposed to be a fatigue. It probably could be both. The two carts meet, nearly colliding, both travelling at fairly decent speed. Yodicus, yours veering left and right as you've struggled to untangle the reins from the currently vomiting driver.
Damn fool tried to eat the stuff. We need to find better employees.
Lazarus, you're going to have to do another roll now.
For endurance.
This is going to be a roll to quickly grab some of those sweets, mush them up, and try and distribute them as quickly as you can before people start dying. If you fail your test, Soren and Wilfred are going to take a critical.
Alright, is that a dex check then?
That is
Or apothecary?
Apothecary. You'll have minus 20 from the modifiers, but it will go with average, so it will end up. Just go with an average test, but minus 20 modifiers, if that makes sense.
As someone who has been cured but is still a bit unwell, is there any way that I can assist him?
Do you
Like,
have
grab-
anything
carry?
in Lore Apothecary?
I have nothing in law apothecary, but I mean like fetching and carrying or anything like that to. ease
Unfortunately,
things?
for an advanced skill, unless you
Okay.
have specific knowledge of how it works,
No
it's
problem.
not something one can assist in. Right, let's just move over here. Oh, that is close. That's going to be enough for. It's going to be enough for one person, Lazarus, before you make a test.
Well, I'll give it to myself, because I gotta save people.
Okay. Wilfred and Soren.
Bungy bungy.
Soren's got 1 health. I think he's going to die.
Soren?
Actually, I was gonna say, I forgot about Soren's condition.
Soren and Wilfred are both barely conscious right now.
Yeah.
It's up to you, Lazarus. Because if you don't heal yourself, you may have a problem.
Did you not roll for
I haven't
me?
rolled for you yet because I'm waiting on Lazarus's decision,
okay.
because this is a tough one. Lazarus,
I'll give
you've got
it-
lots of resolve as well, so
Yeah.
that's always an option.
I'll give it to Soren since he's the worst off.
Yep. Okay. So that will prevent him from making the roll.
And I gotta make more apothecary check.
You've got to make more. I'm going to move those that have been cured out of the way. Amelin is going to roll an endurance. See how she's doing. Absolute machine. Okay. Now, here's the situation.
I was gonna use resolve to make more, so I'm not at the minus 20.
Okay, so if you want, you can ignore that for 1 round, if that makes sense.
Right.
However, before you do that, while you are making the first batch, I need everyone to roll an endurance for me, please. Wilfred, however, I'll give you a choice, buddy.
Yeah.
You can either take a random critical, or you can use a resolve.
I'm feeling ballsy. I'll take the critical.
Take the critical.
I should have given it to myself. Damn it.
You got a reroll?
Okay, well, the effect
right.
is... It's obviously not a broken bone from a
That
poison.
is at 0 wounds, though.
Yes. Yes. Well, I will say in terms of the poison taking effect, you'll just take 1 poison per... 1 condition per round. So, effectively, it's got in your hip, this poison. It'll be the equivalent of some sort of septic arthritis mimicking a broken bone. That's a pretty rough one. It's not the worst. You can recover. It's just going to take about a month of limping around. But, you know, worse things happen at sea, eh? How did Yodicus? Hanging in. Lazarus,
Oh, yeah.
how did your endurance? Hanging in as well. Well done. And how did the Right, and now we're on the apothecary test. Lazarus?
Can I use that resolve?
Yeah, you can ignore the -20. You're still rushed, so it will just be a challenging roll. But it remove the modifier yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Is it still average?
Challenging, because you're trying to do this really quickly. Because it's time pressured. Okay, that's another 1. You'll need 2 SL. Do you have a fortune?
I have 1 left.
Okay, if you used a fortune, you could cure 2 people. It's up to you.
Wait, I just spend it, or am I re-rolling?
So the fortune would give you an extra SL. 2 SL will
yeah, I
be
see what you're
2
saying.
SL
Yeah.
will work to 2 people. 4 SL would be another one.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll burn my last fortune.
Okay. Last fortune's gone. Which 2 people are going to get it?
Myself and Wilfred.
Yourself and Wilfred. Okay. Now it is time. Wilfred, you're out of the picture now. You got a dicky hip. It's looking pretty bad. Yodicus, I'm going to need an endurance roll, please.
Oof.
I'll take that poison condition.
Yeah. You can put it off for as long as you like, but okay. Lazarus, you're on tests at -20.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go. That'll
Yeah,
do
the
it.
Machine.
2 coming up at the ready, just as Amelin is starting to pass out. You're able to force some of this down her throat rather aggressively, as is needed. And you know what? She breathes a sigh of relief before passing out. You're all right, kid. And curls over in the in the side of the cart. Everyone. No one else is dying. Congratulations.
Didn't we have 2 women when we left? Oh, there she
Yeah,
is.
the other one's.
Yeah, they're up
Yeah,
outside.
I moved people out of the way who weren't dying to make it easier for triage.
I didn't see her. I knew you'd moved it because I moved
She'd
myself.
snuck behind you. You have a cart of sweets.
Poison sweets.
Oh, you can see how mad I am. Oh boy, can you see how mad I am.
It looks like the hunt for green apple is next.
Perhaps on the way back, Lazarus, you could maybe rustle up a few more for when we get back to town. I think a few people might be a little unwell.
The merchant isn't wrong. And when I find that halfling, I'm gonna wear him like a suit.
It's rather grim.
It'd be a really tiny suit.
Unfortunately, you'll find, my new companion, that the reality of the stories is often much kinder than the... Well, suffice it to say, stories tend to be kinder than the actual end result. I think that'd be a better way to say it.
I
Okay.
hope not. I've read some rather wild stories, but sure.
Well, that should give you some kind of a baseline for comparison.
Perhaps you take that card and I take this one.
I look positively murderous, so yes, I'll take the other card and sit by myself and think about vengeance.
Take our
Okay.
time since no one's dying.
Yodicus and Henrik, as you each drive one of these carts, can I have an average drive test?
I am sick and tired,
Yeah.
and it finally
You
caught up to me.
Really are feeling
Lord
sick
God.
and
He's even worse.
That's like 597. If I've got
It's
right.
not
Fine.
a... Yeah,
Screw this.
okay.
Well, he's okay.
No, I have no rerolls.
I have no fate left, so.
Yeah, I'll give you a +1 with the other driver assisting you, Yodicus, to avoid any calamities. But let's just say it's a bumpy road ahead, and it feels rough on your stomach. It feels rough on your bones. Wilfred, you're awake and conscious, but your leg has stiffened up something rotten.
Can I do a heal check on him?
Sure.
I'd also like to do one to Soren.
You can take your time with that now, so it'll be average. And this will be to diagnose young Wilfred with... Okay. We're way beyond the years of diagnosing sepsis, I'm sure, but poisons have a way sometimes, Lazarus, of sticking to a joint in particular. Sometimes if there's a little bit of an old injury someone was nursing and you take a poison, well, if you're unlucky, that's going to jump right on that old injury. It looks like that's what's happening. We have a seaman with a dicky hip.
Sorry, what?
Indeed.
And then I'm going to do one for Soren.
Ignore the conditions. Doink.
Nope. Can't figure out Soren.
Yeah. Soren just looks roughed up. A few cuts and bruises you can see from the fall off of the cart, but aside from that, not much else happening. Now let's have a little bit of a read through this fractured hip. Broken bone minor. Healing. Will take about 30. Can you roll me 1d10, young Wilfred? "36 days this will be with you for." Okay.
I am going to maul that halfling when I see them.
The good news is a successful heal test within a week of receiving the fracture negates the need for an endurance test to permanently lose 5 agility.
Didn't I already do that?
Only Warhammer.
Yes, you've already done that.
Only Warhammer.
So you do not suffer from it in that sense. However, strength and mobility is at -30 to all tests. Just take that into consideration. Which is why you're now over-encumbered ×3, as everything that you were carrying about your person, Wilfred, suddenly seems far, far too heavy for you.
Oh.
Your own armour gradually crushing your small, fragile bones down into your seat. It's a hard life being a halfling. Damn, that's...
I think I'm gonna be out of the hunting game for a while, boys.
Give it time. So we're heading back to town. Excellent.
Excellent.
Taking a slightly more sedate pace whilst Lazarus tries to concoct a few more antidotes.
As a renowned mercenary I once knew said, rage is a hell of an anesthetic.
How are we going to find Green Apple now?
Well,
He went to Blue Rock, didn't he?
I'm thinking about talking to the old pirate. Believe me, that's my next stop. Once my head stops spinning.
About 2.5 hours pass, and eventually, mid-afternoon, you arrive back home. Weary, I would say. Still just as fatigued, unfortunately.
Oh, the rage.
The rage. Veronica and Amelin both thank you. Amelin in particular shakes your hand, Lazarus.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm glad I could help.
You ever need anything, you let me know, love. Alright.
Will do.
Tell me what you want from the shop. It's yours. Anything you like.
What shop does she own, Hydra?
The general store,
Okay.
which has been importing a lot of goods from Bogenhafen recently. And Veronica also gives you a hearty pat on the shoulder.
Anything you want from me, let me know. I'll get it for you.
And what does Veronica do?
You have no idea.
Okay. Well, I'll take you up on that one day when I figure out what I need then. Appreciate it, Veronica. Amelin, thank you for your generosity. I'll stop by the store later.
They walk off, leaving you. A guard approaches.
Hello, sir. We just got runner back from Blue Rock. Mr. Greenapple ran there. It would seem as fast as his little legs would carry him, and he hopped on the ferry to Altdorf.
More suspicious.
Oh, good.
Suspicious guild.
You always go for the obvious ones. The question I've got is, who wants us crippled? They may be coming here for you, but they could be coming here just as easily for anybody else.
I think they're here to ruin my reputation. I honestly think that they are from the Physicians Guild. If he's going back to Altdorf, that's where the big hub of them are.
Yeah, then I guess I'm just going to have to find him and bring him back.
Perhaps I could tag along. I might have a contact or few through my father in Altdorf.
Much obliged. I would love to have a word with Mr. Greenapple.
Yes, I have to say I feel somewhat vexed as well.
I'm glad we're of one accord on this.
Perhaps
We should
you
make
could-
wanted posters.
Anybody here honest enough to draw him?
We might need to find somebody.
Mr. Rickleberry is fairly close. Let's see how artistic he is.
Damn, she knows him too.
I'm a bit woozy.
Belches out a little bit.
Oh. Sorry, let me have a go. Oh.
Not bad.
Yeah, he does a bit of a sketch of a halfling with a hat on. And some rough sort of facial features. It's not going to win any prizes, but it's a start. Takes him about 20 seconds or so.
You think you could make the same picture with more detail if you took your time?
I probably could, yeah. I mean, if I could... Can I sleep
If you'd be
first?
so kind.
Of course. I mean, everybody here is exhausted.
Oh,
Do I recognize when he draws the person? Do I recognize who they are?
Depends how many times you've been to the bakery.
I mean, I've been around everything, but what would I roll for recalling that? Gossip?
Easy intelligence, I'd say. This is just pure memory test.
Yeah.
It's not someone that would have been really in your face, because they're more of like a...
Right.
They work behind the scenes, but you might have seen them about town. Yeah, they're familiar. You probably brushed past them once or twice thinking, halfling, there you go.
Yeah.
Murdoch goes into the... steps past you, Yodicus.
Think I'm gonna have a go with some of that stuff Natasha's been peddling. All the old fishwives have been saying it's been perking up their husbands. Maybe it'll fix me up.
Hey, maybe, just maybe. It works wonders, I hear.
I hope so.
Staggers inside. Okay. What are the group doing?
So, Mr. Lazarus, you're an apothecary. Still feel rather unwell. Anything you can recommend?
I have tonics that'll help settle your stomach. Very basic tonic that all young apprentices learn.
Will it? Well, it's not just the stomach. You see, I feel rather lethargic. Anything to perk us up, as Master Rickleberry mentioned, perhaps that might help.
You can try Naticia's concoction. I haven't tried it yet. So, we could all try it. Why not?
Sure, that sounds like a wonderful idea.
Next to you, Eutychus, Murdoch comes out.
I feel great. This is amazing. Woohoo! I'm going to go for a run.
Average perception roll, Eutychus.
See how we do here.
He's perked up indeed.
He's stoned out of his mind, isn't he?
Nope. He's sporting
No?
himself a halfling-sized boner. But he looks very, very sprightly as he goes running down the road with a little spoon pointing in his pants.
Go
Seemingly completely unaware of it.
I give
Gives me Mr.
Lazarus a
I'll have
real
what he's had.
sidelong look.
At least he's feeling better.
Indeed.
Well, seems like I would want to try some of this. Everybody, buy your thing from Natasha first, and then I'm going to try it.
Oh, well, I don't know that you need any assistance given what I happen to know about you and Natasha.
Okay. Well, if it makes me feel less tired, then I'm all for it.
Miss Natasha, I understand you could help perk us up a little bit, perhaps a little stiff drink.
Oh, sure I could. No problem. Discovered it the other week. Combined some well, there's this strange flower I haven't seen before. I don't have anything in my book about it, and I thought I'd give it a go, and a few of the lads keep coming back for more, so, you know. Tried some myself, but didn't really do anything, so there you go. Maybe it only works on fellas.
Imagine
Even
that.
shade of blue.
Hands you over a tonic that is perhaps very slightly blue in colour, like the ocean. And I'd say it's about 60 seconds for it to take effect. Henrik, can you make me an average perception roll, Henrik?
Average perception. There's perception. It's under B. Oh, look, that's a... Am I still at my -10?
No. You feel absolutely flippin' fantastic. You feel great, in fact. Sprightly, energetic. Everything in the world is wonderful all of a sudden. You do not even notice a little bell ring. You all know what that. We all know what that sound signifies. Completely unawares.
Absolutely wonderful. Oh, I feel so much better, yes. Whew, my pants are a little tighter, but...
Lazarus,
Yes.
perception roll, please.
I'm blind.
Both of you feel absolutely fantastic. You should probably hug each other.
You know, I'll take it too.
Oh, Jesus. So mature. Wilfred as well, seeing all this go down.
I don't have any negative modifiers anymore, do I?
And no... Well, you still have a complete lack of strength from your dicky hip. But
Other than that.
your wits are still about you, so you can roll a perception as well, please. Okay. Wilfred, while Heinrich and Lazarus are jumping for joy at how energetic they feel, you hear a little bell ring in the corner of your head. And you feel something shift downstairs.
Everybody just take this ED pill.
Pretty much. You now have an hour left of the session, and 3 of you are going to have to figure out how you're going to roleplay with bonus for the remainder of the show. So on that cliffhanger, I think we'll take a 5-minute bio, and I reflect on my childishness as a GM. I'll see you in a bit. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with our brave, adventurers?
Good enough.
Our proud, throbbing adventurers. I'm not going to go down that line. Let's just let that one slide. Gentlemen, there is a few hours of daylight left, not too much. What are you going to do with it?
What's the deal with Green Apple? Are we going after him?
We're going after him.
No, do we travel at night down these roads, or
Oh, no.
perhaps go in the morning? Maybe grab a few provisions first.
Oh yes, a few provisions first, and then in the morning we go after him.
The biggest difficulty that I can see is that we're 8 hours behind him. If he was able to grab a ferry at the right time, that means that we're going to have to beat him by almost a day's worth of travel.
We have a cart.
We do. I look at the merchant.
Yeah, of course. My cart is at your disposal, gentlemen.
Henrik,
Well, I thank you so much.
an
Yes,
average
thank
Lord Reikland, please.
Who? Or everybody?
No, just for Henrik,
Okay.
as this is specific to his knowledge base.
Oh my god, I didn't roll a 97.
Well done, Henrik. You know that a cart is almost twice as fast to get to Altdorf from here. It's just not many cart drivers are willing to do it because that's a lot of roads and a lot of opportunities to be robbed, mugged, beaten, eaten, and all sorts. But if you set off in the morning and you ride till late every day, you could probably beat the little halfling to the docks.
And that's what we need to do.
We'll need to make sure we're safe on the roads.
Do you know how to use a sword?
I have a dagger, and I have a bow. I'm not too shabby with the bow. I once had a deer.
Unfortunately, gentlemen, if we're all going on this, I'm only going to be able to support with the gun. I'm not strong enough to carry the sword right now.
Ooh, you have a gun?
I do.
I have several. Well then, perhaps we'd best prepare for our journey. If you think that we can beat him there, leaving first thing in the morning, then perhaps we'd best get ready. I would like to take the crew and have a look at his former place of residence and place of business, see if we missed anything before we head out.
Sure. I'll see about rustling up some stuff, some food and such. Perhaps we can go to the general store, Mr. Lazarus.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. She owes us a favor, or she owes me a favor.
Yes,
If we can acquire a cauldron from her, then I can make us some meals while we're out.
Oh, that'd be nice.
That's a splendid idea. Perhaps
Can acquire
we'll see
a
how
cauldron.
her generosity stands.
Maybe Veronica can help us track down Green Apple when we get to Altdorf.
Yes. All of a sudden, I quite look forward to seeing that Veronica again. I'm not sure why.
Do I have any clue at all what Veronica does?
What was your... Have you made a roll? Is that the...
What would that be, lore, or
Lore?
would it just be...
You could just roll... If you don't have lore local, just intelligence.
I have law local. I've been in town a little while, sort of asking questions.
Because you know the traders, Henrik, you would have a chance of maybe brushing shoulders with the law local.
Challenging?
Never mattered.
Challenging though in this short space of time, also because of the character. Yeah.
Oh, well, there we go.
Even though the two of you may have seen her on occasion, never exchanged words, and it's never been obvious what she's doing.
Well, I suppose we could always go and ask her.
Hmm. Well, seeing as you, how would I say, she has grabbed your attention, I'll leave that to you, Heinrich.
Wonderful. Perhaps I should take Lazarus. She seemed to take a shine to him because, of course, he was the only one that helped.
Well, maybe we should go to the general store first, all of us, and we could look at items, get something for free. Whatever could be useful, and then we'll stop by Veronica.
Sure, let's do that.
All right. All right, indeed. So, you head on down to the general store. Amelin welcomes you in. Inside, it is a fairly dusty and dreary building. There are a few items on display. More as of recent for anyone that has been shopping here, and mostly, almost exclusively, save for a few pieces created by your local blacksmith, mostly imported by and from Bogenhafen.
You're out, loves. How do?
Miss Amelin, a pleasure to see you again. We're actually on our way to go and find that frightful little rascal, the green skin. He's not a greenskin. The halfling that made us all feel rather unwell. And well, it's going to be such a long journey. I wonder if you would be able to furnish us with a few supplies and such. And Wilfred here mentioned perhaps you have a cauldron that could assist us so we can have some nice hot food on the way.
You need a cooking pot?
Yes.
I could do one of those for you.
And maybe a few pieces of food to take on the way. Something that would last, of course.
Don't sell food, but
Yeah.
market's open out back.
Wonderful. We shall try there then. Lazarus, was there anything else, or Wilfred, that we might need from a wonderful Miss Amelin here?
We have a Fletcher, right?
Yep.
Okay, then I don't need ammo.
Maybe a axe to cut down trees while we're up there, if we need wood.
Like a little hatchet.
Yeah, like a little hatchet.
Yes, perhaps a little hatchet. I mean, you seem like a woman who knows a few things living out here. Perhaps you have a few suggestions for some items that might aid us in our adventures.
Where you going? Oldorf.
Yes, Oldorf by road. The little rascal has taken a boat, and we should be able to beat him there. And then beat him there.
Taking a straight route. Good luck. Not safe.
Not safe, but efficient, madam.
When is anything we ever do safe?
Tell you what I can do. Bear with me.
She gets a piece of paper out and she starts writing something. And you cannot see as she turns around to a desk and seals it.
If you come across anybody causing trouble, bandits or any of the sorts, wave this at them. Don't open it though. Leave that for them.
Okay.
My thanks, madam.
So let the enemy open it. Got it.
A few of them owe me a favour.
Yes, I bet they do. Miss Amelin, it has been an absolute honour, and thank you so very much. And do you happen to know what that lovely Veronica does?
Veronica? Oh, aye, yeah, she sells me things.
Anything that would be useful to us?
All sorts.
Just sort of gestures around her at the shop.
Wonderful.
Procure anything she can. If you need it, she'll get it. Might cost you,
Anything.
but she'll get it.
Wonderful. Miss Amelin, thank you so much for the pot. Very much
At the
appreciated.
box.
Oh, yes, of course. For everything.
No problem. No problem. Good luck, and oh, I tell you what.
Takes a few more moments and sketches out a little bit of a slightly different route than you would expect to take, Henrik.
That's the route I'd take,
Why is that?
because that's the one I'd take.
Oh,
This-
okay.
This shaves quite a bit of time off the journey. Miss Amelin, you are an absolute jewel.
What's my read on her?
Wily old coot,
Yeah, I figured.
pretty much. That's that in a nutshell, really.
The only way to keep a general store open with the former management in charge was to be a pirate.
Pretty much. Ain't gonna be the quickest, but you won't be dead. So it'll be the quickest.
As long as it's quicker than them.
Indeed. Anything I can get for you while I'm in Altdorf.
You're a trader, right?
Oh, of course.
What do you trade?
Well, mostly leathers, and I was hoping to make a go of it here in Tarm.
Tell you what. Swing by in the morning before you go. I'll rustle up some coin and you can procure me some goods.
It would be my pleasure.
Some sort of imports. I've got about 5 gold crowns, so if you find something good and bring it back, maybe there'll be a bit of profit in it for us.
It should be my pleasure, Miss Amelin. You have a wonderful evening.
Aye, you too.
Well, gentlemen, we have your cooking pot, Mr. Wilfred. We do need to take a little bit of food with us, and a slightly safer route we have as well, Mr. Yodicus. We should make some good
As you
time.
say.
Henrik and Lazarus, please
Yep.
a average perception roll. Henrik, can you also make an average intuition roll?
Intuition roll. Average. Well, it's an initiative test. What am I doing? I'm Betho. Hang on. Average.
Yes, you are, little Timmy.
Oh my god, I'm past 2
Somewhere
rolling.
during
Wow.
that conversation, Lazarus and Henrik, both of you noticed that your trousers are uncomfortably tight. You feel the need to readjust. Henrik, you noticed Amelin, while chewing on her pipe, was eyeing you up and down more than up. With a bit of a frown on her face. Although she had a frown most of the time, to be fair.
I think she likes you.
Likeability is always a thing when you need to make good business.
Well, maybe you shouldn't go have business with her in private.
No. I mean, no.
You might as well. Come on.
No, gentlemen, I assure you, that is not my intention. I'm sure she's a wonderful maiden and all. But, you know, I'm here to do business, and the business around here, you know, can be quite stiff competition.
It looks like you're giving stiff competition right now.
Think of it as a partnership.
Well, I mean, yes, I mean a partnership, but I would rather not. You see, well, it's rather embarrassing. My age, you know, a gentleman of my years would normally be married and familiar in the ways of the fairer sex. Should we go and get some supplies and food and such? Let's
All right, but we could pick this back up when we're on the road and have nothing to talk about.
Indeed.
Then you can't avoid the question.
How easy is it to make eye contact with each other right now?
Very difficult.
How is Jodicus feeling? It's like this is a
I'm
very strange
walking
day.
away
Like,
down the bridge. I don't really want to think about this very hard.
well. So while you're thinking really hard, where are you off to, Jodicus?
I think I want to take a look at where he resided and also where he worked. See if there's any lingering evidence before we head off in the morning.
Okay, Mr. Green Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, you jump in. Murdoch is asleep, but after banging on the door a bit, he comes down, lets you in. He's feeling better and takes you up to the room. And you can make a average perception roll if you wish to have a good rummage around.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I can't find anything.
It is empty. It's just completely cleared out. The only thing he has left is the jar that contained all of this that he goes and brings from his store cupboard. It isn't one of his, and gives you the jar for what
I'll
it's
take
worth.
it. Handwriting. Is there anything written on the side of the jar?
No, clear glass, but the cap is at least a foreign design.
Interesting.
Law
Do I have an
Reikland?
idea where?
Or evaluate even.
All right, one sec.
Average.
You said Laura Reikland?
Let's go with evaluate. I think that would be more appropriate.
Yeah, I don't have evaluate, unfortunately.
Law Reikland it is then.
Challenging.
Challenging. Okay. All you can put your finger on is looks foreign. But catches you as unusual. Lazarus, Henrik and Wilfred, while Jodicus was off investigating, where did you wander off to?
I think we need to head to the market. Does anyone have any any coin on them?
My coin goes to raising a family. I'm broke.
I actually do think I have some coin.
I actually have a decent amount.
Yeah, I've got 1 gold, 20 silver, and 240 brass.
So the question is, do we see if we can get some food and supplies and such from Veronica, who owes Lazarus a favor, or do we save that for another time? Because it seems like she gets much of what Amelin gets. We simply go to the market and buy what we need. And we'll be out for a few nights. Do you think we'll need to erect a tent?
Tents are okay. I mean, we could always sleep under the stars too.
Well, Oh, how wonderful! That actually sounds fantastic. I've never enjoyed erecting a tent. Let's go and see about some supplies then. Some food.
We've also, hopefully it doesn't rain.
Well, you needn't worry. I've got a tent of my own, but not inclined to share. No offense. I look at their pants. They're certainly very tight.
I'll just sleep under the cart if it comes to rain.
The advantages of being small, I suppose.
Indeed. Well, I mean, sure. Yes, to the market?
To the market.
To the market!
Off to do some shopping. It is market day. Street is busy and bustling. What would you like to procure?
I think we need to procure some foodstuffs.
Food,
Food and drink.
provisions. Okay.
Indeed, and provisions.
It's going to cost you...
I have haggle.
Yeah, that's a very good idea. Henrik, let's have that haggle.
Can he get a +10 for my haggle?
Sure. Plus 30
Can
in
he
total.
get a +20 from my haggle?
Just plus 10 in total. We'll go with...
Have you just looked at my haggle?
No.
There's another 97 watch. Nope.
Oh, you passed.
And this is an
You did it.
opposed test.
You
Well-
drive a hard bargain, my friend.
Big man at the stall. Selling vegetables does not want to budge on price. It's going to cost you somewhere in the region of about 5 silver just to cover like a week's worth of food for 5 of you, 4 of you, 3 of you, 4 of you, 4 of you.
3.5.
3.5. Yeah, there's probably a bit too much, but one can never be too careful, right?
Indeed.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Do we need anything else for the journey?
We have food. We have a pot.
The only thing I can think of is shelter, and that's if you want a tent.
Perhaps a little tarpaulin for the cart. I mean, at worst, we could always cozy up in the cart, right?
Yeah, if we got a tarp for the cart, that'd be a good idea.
What about some rope? Rope could be handy.
Rope can be handy too. Especially when we're going to tie up Green Apple and drag his ass back.
On the back of the cart.
Indeed, indeed. Wilfred, how are you getting on? You seem a little, have a little limp there.
It's not great. I think I caught an infection from that poison, or something of the likes.
Oh, boy. Well, are you okay to carry on? Are you happy to continue along? Maybe get a tarp or two?
I'll be alright. I won't be able to bring my armor, though, if I want to move efficiently.
Yeah, I'm sure. We could always put it in the cart. I mean, we'll all be riding in it, so at least there's that.
I will be riding in it. I won't be able to walk with the cart. Too slow for that.
So we have a look around the market, see if we can find anything like a tarpaulin or something along those lines.
All right,
Something for the cart.
roll me another haggle, please.
Plus 10 again.
Yes.
Fail me now.
Very close. You get a very small amount knocked off for a tarp for your cart. I would say you probably have a smallish one at the ready for the cart anyway. It's sort of comes as standard, but one can never be too careful. And now you have one that could be used to create a tent as well as cover your cart, or well, who knows?
Oh, I imagine that the tarp that's there would be to cover any goods, as opposed to be created to cover almost like a tent type thing that we could sleep under if we needed to. What about What about defense? I mean, Amelin did say it was a little dangerous out there. Do you think we'd be enough to defend ourselves, or?
Somebody wants to buy me arrows.
I'll buy you arrows.
Let's head to the Fletcher then.
Fletcher's in town, rocking down south.
Another haggle, see if I can make it more expensive for us with another 97.
Exactly. Off to see Han
Oof.
for a casual bit of shopping. Oof, indeed.
Double oof.
There you go. Well, even though it doesn't say, yeah, you get a discount. 1 silver is knocked off of the 6 silver price for another dozen arrows that we'll add into inventory later.
Thank you, gentlemen.
So, you are armed and stocked up.
Do we turn in for the night and make our journey at first light?
I think that would be wise.
Agreed. I need to go have some private time with Naticia.
After taking that blue concoction?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, you enjoy your time. I think I'll abstain.
Well, you're not invited. So good.
So we turn in for the night, I think.
Bear with me just a moment. Can you make a challenging dodge roll, please, Lazarus? Oh, good lord. She's about 4 months pregnant. All right.
Ooh, ouch.
Afraid, Lazarus, you're not far from... Okay, she does not sever a finger, because it's a... she slaps you, but...
Johnny Depp.
That is one hell of a strike. I'm sorry, buddy, to do that to you. I'm sorry for blue balling my own players here, but
Oh, Amber Heard indeed.
in her own
Was that
words,
slap?
You fucking put this thing inside of me. The least you could do is keep it in your fucking pants for a while.
Sorry, your concoction just makes me feel so spry.
Was that slap loud enough to be heard?
probably
You're
echoes throughout the hills. At least one of my NPCs is dangerous, and we'll put you down another wound there, down to 15. You'll be full by morning, but you effectively have 3 different bruises on your head now from today.
Spousal abuse.
Do you think he needs some help in there, gents?
No,
I think
he's
that I would
fine.
leave them be. I doubt any good would come of our interference.
Indeed. Well, I think it's time to turn in. Do you know what's funny this evening? The doors seem to open before I get to them.
Maybe they're just being polite.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time for the Endeavour table. I think it is time. There we go. Let's crack out the royal music for no real reason whatsoever. Lazarus and all the bruisers. Let's have your Endeavour roll, please. Oh dear. One at a time. Hold your horses. Accused allies. One of your allies, oh good lord, is implicated in a terrible crime. A character with law guild can... Oh, okay. One of your allies is implicated in a crime. Oh. Oh man, that's a rough one. But a investigator comes to town, Lazarus, and is wiggling the finger at Natasia's shop. Instead of rolling a law, I'll allow you a challenging charm roll, please, to see if you can convince them to not arrest your wife.
right.
for potential
Please work. Please work. Oh,
murder.
yes!
Okay, okay.
Wow.
So, a particularly frosty investigator comes to town. Someone had passed through recently and picked up a concoction from this very building. A day later, they were found dead. This investigator is here to retrieve the person that is rumoured to have poisoned this person, and listening to the story from you, they agree to come with. You now have an investigator NPC tagging along that will probably die, and then yeah. I'll roll some random stats for him later. Let's go with
Just hope he's not
Yodicus.
as lethal. Just hope he's not as lethal as Wilfred.
While
More
travelling,
like Gattaca.
you find a small trapping in the middle of the road of the value of 1 silver. Something you've been looking to purchase. What do you think you might find, Yodicus?
Honestly, I'm running low on ammo, so probably that.
I will say, for seeing as it's 1 silver, how much does shot cost? I'm assuming it's like 6, like arrows.
Yeah, I think it's about the same. I have to look it up.
I will say that you find a small pouch containing 2 bullets and a little bit of powder. Probably the leftovers of a road warden. Someone must have dropped it, but
How fortunate.
a couple of extra shot come your way. And they say nothing good ever happens. I want to save Henrik till last. Wilfred, Mr. Dicky Hip.
Oh boy!
Reikland Pike. Been causing issues with the waterways. Oh dear. Fishing tester made with -10. I'm sure your lord will be happy to hear that. We haven't rolled income for this town for a long time. We're due to do about 3 rolls all at once, but we'll do that very soon. Now other things have just taken priority. Henrik, let's have your roll. Collapsed mine shaft has hit. Oh dear, someone's mining companies. One of the major mines has collapsed, leaving them trapped inside. Let's roll. There's only 2 main mines here. This will be a 50-50. 1 to 49. I'll give you that tiny little edge. It'll be in Tarm. 50 plus. It'll be in Yettenberg down south. Henrik, roll a D100, please. And roll a 50 plus, or your lord will be really pissed.
Sorry, what?
Roll 1 D100 for me, please.
I didn't roll the 50 plus.
You didn't. One of your mine shafts has collapsed. Your mining company that just came back to town and started operations again, having maybe started to exhaust the silver vein, gone off exploring, maybe got themselves into a little bit of trouble. They're not dead or wiped out. They're just having some complications. Well, I think next Friday we'll be concluding the second leg of this saga with this group chasing down a halfling in Altdorf. Well, first they've got to get there, so that'll be fun. I have no idea what's happening on Monday. We'll just have to wait and see. Henrik, how did you feel about your first session?
What an adventure! It's, feeling sick wasn't a wonderful thing, but yes, I think my night's sleep here, for some reason I couldn't quite find a way to lie on my stomach, but yes, wonderful introduction to Tom. Thank you very much.
I'm also curious if Wilfred will be wearing or using a crutch.
Oh, I'll use a crutch as long as I could still use my gun.
Crutch and a pistol? I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Do you have a rifle?
I don't have a rifle, I have a pistol.
Well, there you go. Easy peasy. Crutch in one hand, Dicky Hip in that side, pistol in the other. It's good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for stopping on by.